Thank you, Kevin. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and once a week for the entire month of May, we're going to check in with Dr. Kathy Barton Brown to discuss the best ways to achieve optimal mental health during a time when our lives are filled with so many stressors and triggers. We welcome Dr. Barton Brown to First at 4 today, and as always, thank you for being our guest here on First at 4.
Thank you for having me.
May is Mental Health Month, and we're just going to start from the beginning and talk about mental health and how do you distinguish between anxiety and bipolar disorder, depression, and even someone who may be diagnosed with schizophrenia. How do you distinguish between all of that?
With each diagnosis, there's a list of things that are the criteria for that diagnosis. There's a problem when people try to self-diagnose, because they read and they say automatically, oh, I'm this and I'm that. We have to be careful with labels. So with depression, many times there's a mood disorder. There's a change in the mood, sadness, tearfulness, not wanting to do things you normally have a passion for doing. Anxiety is usually more of the trembling, the shaking, the fearfulness, a sense of doom and gloom, like things are just going to fall apart at any moment. So it really shows up in the body and with the tension and just on edge. And then schizophrenia usually is more involved in delusions.
And that's a little more severe.
Much more severe, because I can have a delusion that you're my enemy. And you've not done anything, but that is the reality. And then when we talk about bipolar, now I like to talk about bipolar because bi is two, so it's swinging between ups and downs, manic, depressed. However, if you have a childhood trauma that's not addressed, you can look bipolar. So if the sun is out and you had a trauma associated with a sunny day, you might be manic. And then on a cloudy day, you might be depressed. That's not true bipolar. It's the childhood trauma that's never been addressed.
And so now that we've identified some of these disorders that make us mentally unwell, let's talk about the life itself. It puts strain on our mental health, but how do we be present in these moments? Because it's going to happen. We're going to have stress and strains. How do we be present in these moments without falling into depression or poor mental health?
We have to undo the facades that we've been taught so well to put on. We have to take the mask off. So many of us had traumas growing up, and we were taught, you put the face on in public. Never mind, mom and dad had a big fight last night and someone's bruised today. You put the face on and you continue on like nothing have ever happened. So starting with, to thine own self be true. Recognizing and understanding where that pain is, taking the mask off and being brave enough to say, this really happened, this is my story, and now I want to work until it's glory.
Let's talk quickly about the phrase that we hear a lot of these days, protecting my peace. What exactly is protecting one's peace, and how important is protecting that peace to our mental well-being?
Anytime helping you hinders or hurts me, it affects my peace. And anything that destroys or come against your peace is too expensive, because there is nothing better than laying down at night and being able to sleep and wake up refreshed. When we don't protect our peace, often nights at night we're tormented, so we don't get good rest, and the body begins to break down without having good sleep. So our peace is one of the most critical pieces to good mental health.
We're talking mental health this month here on First at 4 for the rest of the month here with Dr. Kathy Barton Brown. Now, if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health instability, help is available 24 hours a day. You can call the National Suicide Hotline number. That number is 988. That's 988. You'll see it there at the bottom of the screen. We thank you, Dr. Kathy Barton Brown, for being here, and we look forward to this month-long series.
I'm excited about it.
Terry?